So last time we were somewhere here around this line 102.33, whose trampling fast wheels large stumbling seized, the chariot stood like an arrested wind. What a picture to see. Whose trampling fast, so all the grassland, the forest, the countryside, they are going, rushing, that waves largely stumbling, see, what poetry, see, and the alliterations, wheels largely stumbling, else. The chariot stood like an arrested wind. I think this is one of the most original simile, how the chariot is rushing forward. Suddenly, it comes to a halt with that, you see. Now, this is not just poetry, also. There is something which is psychological as well involved in that. Savitri has been moving. Now the moment is coming very fast. Very soon it is about to arrive. It is there nearby. And therefore the sudden, the speed, the rush, all that thing is implied in that arrival, that sudden moment, that unexpected thing which is going to happen shortly. The chariot stood like an arrested pen. Of course, he doesn't describe here naturally enough that it is a caravan car. Her chariot is a caravan car, you see. He simply says plain chariot, you see, caravan car. In other places, she was going from place to place in a caravan car. And the original description in the Mahabharata story of the chariot is golden chariot. Hema Ratha. Hema Ratha. Ratha means chariot. Hema means golden. Golden chariot. So in other words, the whole canopy or the pillars or whatever they are carved with gold panels there. Golden chariot. Hema Ratha. So, but here it is a plain, simple chariot in its bareness, in its majesty. Chariot stood like an arrested wind. And Satyavan looked out from his soul's door and felt the enchantment of a liquid voice, fill his youth's purple ambience and endured the haunting miracle of a perfect face. Now this is something extraordinary, this description, you see. What is happening is his youth, radiant body, radiant youth, the whole thing is as if getting filled up with the voice of somebody which is very enchanting, very sweet, very alluring. See, the whole body he is feeling. I mean, she is not speaking anything at all, but is feeling as if some kind of a music, some kind of a speech, some kind of a voice entering into the whole body. That is the response of the youth. For the youth here. And the whole youth, purple ambience, endured the haunting. Now, he endures it. Now, endure, of course, means that he receives it, he accepts it here, in that case. But at the same time, he has the capacity to hold on to that voice. The voice is so powerful, so impressive, so imperious, so domineering that he has something in him by which he can hold that voice, he can endure it. An ordinary mortal may not be able to endure that voice at all, you see. In other words, he is already being shown someone who is extraordinary and therefore a miracle. A haunting miracle of a perfect face, Savitri, that is the perfect face. She is described in the earlier part as perfect shrine for the God of love. Savitri is the perfect shrine for the God of love. Here he sees now physically in flesh and blood Savitri as a perfect face. Now, what that perfection would mean? It would mean every aspect of it. Of course, beauty is there on her face. There is joy on her face. There is life's freshness on her face. Youth, life's freshness is there on her face. There is radiance on her face. There is light on her face. The morning light is there. She is a person on whose face you can as if see the whole of knowledge written on her. All knowledge there. She is the face of truth itself. She is standing there as the person bearing the truth. And it is all these qualities, love, beauty, joy, happiness, youth, life's force, truth, everything is what goes to make her a perfect person. And it is that which is showing up on her face. That is the perfect face. So there is the spiritual glow, there is the aesthetic glow, there is the life force flowing there, all the powers, all the suns of beauty, love, splendor, joy, they are shining on her face, you see. That is what makes the perfect face. Now, it really needs somebody who is absolutely remarkable to bear the intensity of those several suns in the presence of that person. And therefore, he endured the miracle of that perfect face. For him, it's a miracle in the ordinary sense. Of course, it is a miracle. See, this boy living in the Shalva woods in the forest would have never dreamt that somebody would walk into the place there, into his life there, and he will be changed. That is a miracle for him. It's impossible to imagine that somebody would just come here and meet me like that, you see. But it has happened. And how it has happened? It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It has happened, you see, in the immediate context, you see. The haunting miracle of a perfect face, mastered by the honey of a strange flower mouth, drawn to soul spaces opening round a brow. He turned to the vision like a sea to the moon. So the full moon is there and the sea is heaving with joy to receive the moon. When the full moon is there is the high tide of the sea. It is heaving. The currents are moving, rushing towards that thing. He turned to the vision. So Savitri appears to him like a vision on the horizon there, in front of him, in the forest there, in the chariot. Somebody is there. I mean, he is wondering what it is I am seeing. He has no idea. What am I seeing here? You see. He turned to the vision like a sea to the moon and suffered a dream of beauty and of change. So suddenly there is a change, of course, in him, obviously. Now it is not only the vital change, the response of the vital, but something deeper than that has occurred in him because of Savitri and suffered. Now here you see the language, how beautiful it is. Earlier we had he used purple ambience and endured the miracle of his face. Endured. Now here, and suffered a dream of beauty. You see, that is what happens. When there is too much joy, we suffer with pleasure. We meet somebody very intimate, very fond of us and all that thing. And as if we are suffering in joy of that, you see. We are not able to control that joy, you see. And turned to the vision like a sea to the moon and suffered a dream of beauty. He would have never dreamt that some girl would come there and stand in front of him like that, discover the aureole round a mortal's head, adored a new divinity in thing. Now this is the miracle. This is the change which has taken place here. You see, he says, no, beauty and a change. What is the change? Now suddenly everywhere in all the objects he finds the presence of a new divinity. These familiar objects which were there in front of him, trees, flowers, mountains, rivers, and all that. No, 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 they are not just the products of nature. There is some divine presence in them. And he starts seeing everywhere now, because of the presence of this girl there, this radiant person there, radiant daughter, Savitri, adored a new divinity in things. Now it is not that the divinity is new, it is the vision which is new. What has opened out for him is a new vision. Is a new vision that is opened out to him. See, and everywhere I don't see only the green forests and trees and things like that. Yes, there is a divine presence there in different colors and different moods and all that. It is that divine presence, divine play which is being experienced by him all the way. His self-bound nature foundered as in fire. His life was taken into another's life. Now, this is, of course, in a certain sense, a very, what shall I say, very immediate kind of an expression. His life was taken into another's life. It's all right, yes, I can understand. You see, in terms of poetry, it's okay, all right. But the previous line, the earlier line, his self-bound nature foundered as in fire. See the difference in the poetry. The quality of these two lines, they're different, see. His self-bound nature foundered as in fire. Foundered, it collapsed. It was no more there. It got sunk. It was as if like a shipwreck. The ship is there in the sea and something has happened and the wreck has taken place and the ship is sinking in the sea. You see. It is shipwrecked, foundered, collapsed completely. He is no more himself now. He lost total control over himself. You see. He is completely sunk. See, this is what happened here. Self-bound. Now, until now, he was bound by his own person, what he was until now. Maybe a youth, maybe a son, maybe a person doing routine things in life and all that thing. He had a certain kind of fixed way of doing certain things until that self-binding has gone totally. In other words, he has become free of himself. He has become free of himself. It is not he now which is governing him. He has become free, self-bound. That has foundered, it has collapsed, it has gone. He has been taken over by somebody else. That is what the next line therefore says. His life was taken into another's life. He is no more now himself. See. The splendid, lonely adults of his brain fell prostrate from the bright sufficiencies. Now, see again, now how the similes come, we have seen earlier, like a sea to the moon, and then we have foundered as in fire. So the fire is there, and everything got consumed in it, and the whole thing has collapsed. The similes are so beautiful, and the alliterations along with that. Foundered, see, self-bound, nature, foundered, fire. The repetition of R's and F's gives a different tone to the quality of the poetry also. His life was taken into another's life. In fact, the second line is a kind of an explanation of the first line. He has collapsed. The ship has wrecked the sea. And then what has happened? No, he has now been taken over by somebody else. You see, the splendid, lowly adults of his brain, he had his own ideas, he has his own images, he has built up, constructed his own icons. It should be like this, it should be like this, nature should be like this, things should be like that. He had his own fixed notions of things like that. They have now totally gone. They have disappeared. No, it's not like that. So splendid, lonely adults, which were there until now, they have disappeared totally. His ideas, his notions of things, they have totally fell prostrate. So because they are now adults, images, you can even call it deity, they have fallen prostrate now in front of this perfect face. They are lying prostrate. From the bright sufficiency, they were sufficient until now. They were of course very beautiful, very bright, all those things. They were sufficient by themselves, but even that sufficiency was not able to withstand the necessary splendor which is there, what he is saying there. So all his ideas, all his notions, conceptions, they are totally disappeared. At the touch of a new infinite, to worship a Godhead greater than their own. Yes, these ideals, these notions, these conceptions which he had, now they had to change. They had to worship another God now. A God of beauty, God of love, God of joy. In fact, others can say Goddess of love, Goddess of beauty, Goddess of truth, Goddess of life. It is to them all his thoughts and feelings and all his actions had to move and worship him to them. To worship a Godhead greater than their own. See, this again, see, Shivantu as an essayist, he developed the whole theme. It is again, in fact, the extension of the same thing, earlier line. His self-bound nature foundered as in fire. And then he gives you a few more examples, how all his ideas, all his feelings, all his emotions, they are totally disappeared and collapsed, you see. An unknown imperious force drew him to her. Now that is a powerful, domineering force. Something has happened in the air, and the domineering force has simply drawn him toward this new person here. He cannot resist. It is irresistible. An unknown imperium. What thing has happened to him? He is not aware of it. But he is suddenly feeling it. He is driven by it. He is forced to follow that force. He cannot but do that. He is helpless, you see. Marveling, he came across a golden sword. Gaze met close gaze and clung in sight's embrace. So they are looking into each other's eyes now. Sight is meeting sight, and it is the embrace of one sight with the other sight. It is not the physical embrace, but the sight has caught from both the sides. So it is the love at first sight which has happened, you see. Marveling, he came across the golden sword. Marveling, of course, he's marveling what is happening to me, what am I seeing around? All my things have collapsed. Gaze met close gaze and clung in sight's embrace. A visage was there, noble and great and calm, as if encircled by a halo of thought, a span, an arch of meditating light. So that is the light which is meditating all round to receive light. As though some secret nimbus half was seen. So there is a glow around a person there. There is an aureole, there is a halo around it, and it is that which is glowing around him. A span, an arch of meditating light, as though some secret nimbus half was seen. Her inner vision, still remembering, knew a forehead that wore a crown of all her past, 2 eyes at constant and eternal stars, comrade and sovereign eyes that claimed her soul, lives known through many lives, large rains of love. Now, earlier we had the description of how Satyavan has collapsed. He meditated into the fire of Savitri. Now, what is happening to Savitri? What is the status psychology of Savitri? That is what we have. If we say it there, she is seeing now somebody there, a person there, noble and great and calm. That is Satyavan, lofty, heroic, and at the same time spiritually calm. There is a kind of a glow of calmness on him, as if encircled by a halo of thought, a span, an arch of meditating light. So Satyavan appears to her, a column of light, an arch of light, meditating on infinity. Because she says earlier, no, he saw a new infinity was born in her. As though some secret name was half of sin, her inner vision, still remembering new. Now this is the most important thing. Savitri is physically present there, but she remembers all her past births, all their past meetings. There is a kind of a recollection of what had happened earlier. Her inner vision, still remembering, knew a forehead that wore the crown of all her past. Yes, she was wearing the crown of all her past. This is the person I have been meeting birth after birth. This is not the new meeting. Yes, we have been together birth after birth. He has been wearing the crown of glory in her soul. Always, as though some secret Nimasaha was saying, her inner vision, still remembering new, a forehead that wore the crown of all her palm, two eyes, a constant and eternal star, these two eyes of Satyavan. These two eyes of Satyavan. They have been her constant companions to eternity, eternal stars. They have been there like two stars in the sky. They have been accompanying her all. Comrade and sovereign eyes that claim her soul. Lives known through many lives, large frames of love. So these are the large frames of love. It is through them. Sight meets sight. So this is what she is seeing here. Yes, the inner vision has dawned and she is remembering, yes, I have been meeting this person life after life, birth after birth. Here is gain here now. Now, this is important, this description, the psychological state of Savitri, perhaps more important than the state of Satyavan. I mean, for a youth, he is getting foundered, he is collapsing, it is all right, natural. But this girl, when she sees him, she remembers the ancient births, the past births. Something new has opened out. That is most remarkable.